A boy born in the shadows of war. Raised in poverty-stricken streets of Leningrad. And destined to become the most powerful man in Russia. Feared by the West. Worshipped by millions. This is the rise, fall, and redemption of Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in a communal apartment in Leningrad. His early life was steeped in hardship. His family lived in a shared flat, barely surviving. His father was injured in World War II. His mother endured the brutal siege of Leningrad. He had two older brothers who died before he was born. From an early age, Putin showed discipline and toughness. He studied judo, and it became his obsession. In the courtyard, you either had to learn how to fight, or get used to being beaten, Putin once said. He was smart, but not a top student. What he lacked in academics, he made up for in intensity. He joined law school at Leningrad State University in 1970. After graduating, Putin joined the KGB in 1975, the Soviet Union's secret police. He served in East Germany, behind enemy lines, learning the craft of espionage. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, Putin witnessed the collapse of a system he had pledged his life to. He returned to Leningrad and slowly entered politics. By 1991, he was an advisor to Mayor Anatoly Sobchak. In 1996, he moved to Moscow. And by 1998, he was appointed head of the FSB, the modern version of the KGB. Just 1 year later, Boris Yeltsin surprised the world by appointing Putin as prime minister. And on December 31, 1999, Yeltsin resigned. Vladimir Putin became acting president of Russia. Putin's early presidency was marked by conflict. Russia was reeling from economic collapse and Chechen terrorism. In 1999, apartment bombings shocked the nation, leading to the Second Chechen War. Putin responded with brute force, and became a national hero. But critics question his methods. Media freedom shrunk. Oligarchs were jailed. Dissent was silenced. The arrest of Mikhail Khodorkovsky, a powerful oil tycoon, sent a chilling message. Putin was accused of creating a managed democracy, where elections existed, but real power never left his hands. Despite booming oil revenue, Russia's middle class stagnated. Educated youth began leaving the country. In 2008, constitutionally barred from a third consecutive term, Putin became prime minister. His ally Dmitry Medvedev served as president. But in 2012, Putin returned to the presidency. Mass protests erupted in Moscow, accusing the elections of being rigged. Still, Putin held his ground. In 2014, he stunned the world. Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine, a bold move that brought international sanctions but skyrocketed his popularity at home. To many Russians, he had restored national pride. In Syria, he intervened militarily, becoming a global power broker. He outlasted American presidents, reshaped alliances, and reasserted Russia's strength. Putin rewrote the Russian constitution in 2020, allowing him to stay in power until 2036. His approval ratings remain high, despite economic and political setbacks. But his regime is not without stain. In 2023, the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest over war crimes. Yet, to millions of Russians, he is a symbol of order. He revived Soviet-era pride, built national unity through myth, and positioned himself as a historic figure. His critics see a tyrant. His supporters see a savior. The truth lies somewhere in between. Vladimir Putin's story is not black and white. It is gray, layered with struggle, survival, strength, and secrecy. He rose from nothing. He fell to isolation. He redeemed himself in the eyes of a nation starving for purpose. Whether you see him as a dictator or a defender, one thing is certain. He wrote his own destiny. And in that truth lies a lesson for us all. Where you come from matters less than how far you're willing to go. History doesn't choose heroes. Heroes are written into history by those brave enough to shape it. Vladimir Putin's story is not black and white. It is gray, layered with struggle, survival, strength, and secrecy. He rose from nothing. he fell to isolation. He redeemed himself in the eyes of a nation starving for purpose. Whether you see him as a dictator or a defender, one thing is certain. He wrote his own destiny. And in that truth lies a lesson for us all. The road to greatness is rarely straight. It winds through chaos, sacrifice, and unrelenting discipline. Putin, love him or hate him, never backed down from shaping history on his own terms. Some build their legacy through peace. Others through power. He chose the latter. His journey is a reminder that history is not just recorded. It is constructed. By will. By force. By belief. And so, we must ask ourselves, what kind of legacy are we building? Are we waiting for history to choose us? Or are we brave enough to carve our place in it? Where you come from matters less than how far you're willing to go. History doesn't choose heroes. Heroes are written into history by those brave enough to shape it.